So today's story starts all the way back on the Tuff Crew's second album, or third if you want to count their split album Fan Jam with Crown Rulers, on Warlock Records, Back to Rec Shop. Specifically a song called Come On and Go Off. Now, the Tuff Crew's first couple albums are fantastic, then their third/fourth album kind of gets weaker. They get a little bit more into like gangster rap, and they lose some of the members. But Back to Rec Shop is still in classic, pure, prime Tuff Crew era. And yet and still, there's one song with a guest MC called Come On and Go Off. And this guy, an unknown at the time, never done anything before, named MC Mechanism. We only kind of know that because he says his name in the song. It's a little hard to hear. But then if you look in the credits, they write out his name in the shoutouts. They don't actually credit him, but in the shoutouts he's in there. And he steals the show from the Tuff Crew. And that's not easy to do because, like I said, in this era, they were killing it, especially when they're doing songs like Come On and Go Off. I mean, they have some songs like She Rides the Pony and some more kind of commercial stuff on this album. This is sort of the beginning of them trying to cross over a little bit on some of the tracks. But when they're not doing that, they're killing it. So to have MC Mechanism, this totally unknown guy, come on this posse cut sort of song and steal the show completely is really impressive. But then that was basically it for MC Mechanism, more or less. That song basically put him on Head's radar. But again, he didn't come out with a record or anything like that. But a couple years later, DJ Too Tuff was in The Source and the Onside Hype column with MC Mechanism. It's like MC Mechanism and Too Tuff, like that was the group. They were in Onside Hype, and they listed a couple of songs, and you know, if you remember Onside Hype, it was just like a paragraph. But it's like, oh wow, so that's how they're coming out. Now they're a group. And we already know he's going to kill it. I mean, he got a rave in Onside Hype, but everybody got a rave in Onside Hype, because that was the point, is they were finding people who were worthy of hype, who were unsigned. But if you heard Come On and Go Off, you're like, oh wow, I'm excited for this. And DJ Too Tuff is a killer DJ. And so having heard sort of that third/fourth last Tuff Crew album where they sort of went in the wrong direction, I would say, you're like, oh wow, this is going to be them in the right direction. We're super excited for it. Unfortunately, though, nothing ever came out from that. There was an Onside Hype, but there's no follow-up record. There was nothing. That was it. And so anytime, like, you'd be on forums years later now on the internet and talking about, like, you know, unreleased Tuff Crew stuff and all that, everybody was always saying, you gotta release these MC Mechanism songs. It's in The Source. We know there's these tracks with DJ Too Tuff. They're written up, so we know he recorded songs. Gotta release this stuff. And there have been various releases of unreleased Tuff Crew records on Chopped Herring Records, on Traffic, on Solid Ground Recordings, you know, so they've been doling the stuff out, and some really dope stuff. So every time anything like that was even hinted at, you know, like, tons of us online would be like, where's the MC Mechanism? Release the MC Mechanism. And in 2008, they hit us off. DJ Too Tuff released, on Traffic Records, a full CD of unreleased material. And some of it was kind of but the 4 MC Mechanism tracks were on there. So it was 2008. And people loved it. It was amazing. Like, these 4 tracks were all killer. They were all everything you sort of hoped for, having heard Come On and Go Off. Like, they're all in that kind of style. Like, he's ripping it kind of fast, nice flow, got nice lyrics. You know, it's because, you know, I mean, you never know. Maybe they'd finally release his songs and they'd be all like, you know, cheesy house love songs or something. Except, not really, because if you read the Onside Hype, you know that wasn't what he was doing. But still, you know, like, until you hear the songs, you don't really know for sure. So there were those 4 tracks, 4 songs with MC Mechanism that were killer. Then some other stuff featured like a couple of the Tuff Crew members, or maybe just Ice Dog, actually. And they were okay. Those songs sounded more like, you know, like if you think of, I was going to say freestyles, but not freestyles like total, but like if you think of like when Tony Touch released, you know, the 50 MCs Cypher and that kind of stuff, or the Wake Up Show freestyles, where they're sort of written, and they're more than just like casual freestyles, but they also feel like one flow, you know, just ripping right over an established instrumental, and that's it. As opposed to like a fully synced song, which might have punch-ins and re-recordings and all that kind of thing. And hooks. These don't really have really set up hooks and verses and all. They sound a lot more casual. So they're pretty good, but they're nothing amazing. But then also, Too Tuff released on that album with sort of a secret weapon he had up his sleeve, a song with a guy named Prime Minister Dope, which is killer. And unlike MC Mechanism, like, nobody was expecting that. You know, everybody's like, I'll release these MC Mechanism songs, are going to be amazing. And they were. But nobody was like, this Prime Minister Dope guy. That was just a total surprise. And he was totally right up there with MC Mechanism. Like, that song was as strong as the MC Mechanism cuts. So that was an amazing surprise. So it's a tight album, tight production. Really, those 5 songs are it. And then the rest of the stuff is kind of cool. The only problem with that album is CD only. And at the time, I didn't even buy it. Because I'm like, you know what? This is going to come out on vinyl. Like, okay, Traffic putting it out now on CD. 6 months it's going to be on vinyl. Or another little label like Lost Records or something they're going to put out on vinyl. Doesn't matter. I'm just, like, why spring for it now? Waste the money when you're just going to double dip in a couple months. And I don't think I'm alone with that, on that. I remember from reading forums, a lot of us were sort of saying the same thing. And again, that was in 2008. Well, 12 years later, finally, we are here. Chopped Herring saved the day and delivered absolutely what we were all waiting for and sort of actually, frankly, expecting in 2008. 2020, Tuff Crew, but really this is DJ Too Tuff's Archives. This is an EP, a vinyl EP, 6 tracks, but it's everything you want from that CD. As you can see, it's a sticker cover, DJ Too Tuff's Archives EP. It's on a cool kind of gray, silver / black splatter vinyl. Looks really dope. And yes, it is all 4 MC Mechanism songs. If you actually read the label, and I noticed this online, I was a little bit worried. They only have 3 songs featuring MC Mechanism, and 1 song which is the same title as the other song from the CD. But I was worried, like, these all say featuring MC Mechanism, MC Mechanism, MC Mechanism, featuring, Ice Dog. So I'm like, uh-oh. Is this just going to be like the instrumental of that song or something? Did they ditch one of the 4 tracks? But no, for some reason, I don't know why they don't list them on the vinyl, on the label like they do with the other ones. But yes, all 4 songs are the full vocal versions, just like from the CD, of the MC Mechanism tracks. And the Prime Minister Dope song is on here too, so it is absolutely everything we wanted on vinyl. And because Chopped Herring always basically does 6 songs, which is the standard length for like a single vinyl 12-inch when you don't want to compress the sound, that's sort of like the perfect medium there. 3 songs on a 12-inch, maximum sound quality. So they also threw on one of the Ice Dog songs, one of the better ones. I don't think it's his best, at least my personal preference. I think I like one other one on that CD a little bit more. But frankly, really, the 5 songs are what's important. They're all on here. They're amazing. The Ice Dog songs were all okay, and this would have been like second best, so it was really splitting hairs. Frankly, like that Ice Dog song is really just on here to fill up that last space, like, okay, here, have an unreleased Ice Dog song. And it's still good. It's still Ice Dog from the Tuff Crew with DJ Too Tuff, doing the production. So it's still dope. It's still something we'll have on vinyl. But the important thing, finally, after all these years, MC Mechanism is on vinyl. All the 4 songs, plus it's the Prime Minister Dope song. So this is amazing. Thank you, Chopped Herring. It has been a long, cold wait, or hot wait, as we're speaking. But it is finally here. It is amazing. Again, I'm going to play some clips. Although, again, you might have heard these all the way back in 2008. These are not unheard songs. It's just that they were always been CD only. I mean, these were recorded back in like the early 90s. So these were unreleased for well over a decade. But then Traffic uncovered them and put them out with DJ Too Tuff in 2008. Then Chopped Herring just went the extra mile to actually put them out on vinyl, which is what we wanted all along. So, fantastic. I'm not even going to really speak anymore. The songs will all speak for themselves. The production is killer. Too Tuff's cuts are killer when he does it. MC Mechanism kills it on all 4 songs. Prime Minister Dope kills it. I'll even play the Ice Dog song too. So here we go. MC Mechanism. DJ Too Tuff. 2020. Finally. Thank you.
Brace yourself for the plan of the brother man. Demand the band of the Ku Klux Klan. Yo, speak to the point and broke down. So now we go down deep to each line to throw down. Hype to a groove that hammer can't touch. Such weak MCs get broke at the knees. So my enemies freeze at 10 degrees. Cling to a beat like monkey on trees. No rap material meets the criteria. Hear the words I say and deliver. Consider this lecture verbal abuse. To get loose the juice, so the juice gets pumped like jumper cables. Electric currency, 1,000 thoughts and mechanism in your system. So when the rhythm runs radical on the block, blame Too Tuff for all this hip hop. Deface the ones who wanna beat ALLTHAT. So defense is sense when I attempt to dish you. Swing and swing and swing till I hit you. Coming off hard, coming off strong, coming off DOPECUSCE. Connect the words like connected dots. Pull them all together to make them sound clever. Whatever the situation, I come full rolling thick, getting paid. The largest posse ever made, taking them out, never that. Cause when they attack full force, you feel sudden impact. The US government, the CIA, the FBI, fuck them cause they, the poor get poor and the rich get richer. Fuck the task force and all them niggas. Listen to the lowdown, the showdown. All my crew, without further ado, I'ma throw down. E to the M to the C double E. The mobsters, the Northside posse.
Northside, 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 Northside posse. Northside, 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 Northside posse. Northside, 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 Northside posse. Northside, 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 Northside posse.
And during the few moments that we have left, we want to have just an off-the-cuff chat between you and me.
Now I've been waiting, anticipating the brothers on the rise, telling lies, but the folks will end up getting circumcised. I revise another form to brainstorm. Kids flock to me like bees trying to swarm. The rhythmatic, articulated, breaking down the words, keeping up the pace cause my race is coming in first. Heads on flight, so don't think about ducking. Words coming out your mouth, but you ain't saying nothing. Mathematical twist, so I enlist the black propaganda that burns to a crisp. From African dig it, I didn't come to impose. Some say I got with it. Negativity, I expose. This philosophy is to speak upon the clever tricknology. You're trying to fake it like a weed, no apology. So I gotta break the doors and make them strip down to their drawers, humiliate them, let them know mechanisms untouchable. I stand alone cause the others start trouble on the double. I bust them like a bubble, putting hustle behind the muscle cause my hustle, me hustle, yo. So many times I'm getting jerked, you fooled me, but something hit me with a black hand, you schooled me. The most powerful tool rules and sucker scatter because they know the mind wins over matter.
We want to talk right down to earth in a language that everybody here can easily understand. Unintelligent.
Just when you thought the brother Max, I'm chillin' out smooth on another funky track, cause I got the knack, better yet the balls. When I hit skins, I make honeys climb the walls. And it's an everyday thing when you flow with me. A little conceited, cause I'm the S-H-I-T. Coming up on the set is real simple. Brothers get out of line, I bust them like a pimple. I'm sitting in the room with my crew getting blunted. My soul starts kissing and I'm saying that I want it. Just before I pick up the Phillies and take a puff, I catch a contact, fall out, and start thinking about the evil sucker ducks getting wicked. Load up the 44 and shoot me up a bigot. Tie him up, throw him in the river. Punk should've known I rough my rhymes deliver. Wild like the West, so I can't be tamed. I hate Billy the Kid, Clint Eastwood, and Jesse James. The outlaw taking all the credit. The great Bob Marley didn't do it. I shot that fucking sheriff. Put him in a ditch to rot. The block was hot, got paid and not met back at the spot doing some hip hop. Rolled up a split. I caught another contact, y'all. So get naked cause I want a bone, ho. Because it's on. race your soul till the 8 pass control. By the overlord of dope, rhyming pope run. By the overlord of dope, rhyming pope. Shooting like a gat, living fat off the ink. Everybody's down, but my mother's kitchen sink. Got my young buck, Chris, yeah, I call her billions. Hope you be around when I make my first million in a sidekick hack. Can't forget my brother Pope, down with the dirt that doesn't mix off with soap. Everything is underground like the do safe detonator. Too tough, dropping beats in my face says the hip hop scenery. Mentality, gotta be clean cut like a barber brush sheet. Bad to the bone with the ball fade. Peace to the brothers on the corners getting paid. Props goes out to my boys running ball. I'm not Michael Jordan, but they call me Ice Dog. Cause I can run a game just the same. Drive down the lane, or shake you out your frame, have your shame. Ups to my ball, Cooley Kirk, doing work with the techniques on the 12 networks with the fat ones. Yeah. This shit is hype like two girls in a fight, tearing off the clothes while the dog is on the mic, giving